And $4 million.
$4 million? I think we can take that over, Roger. Go! You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off!
Hey guys, I'm Kevin.
And I'm Jake.
And this is Movie Matters. We are continuing Heist Month with a 1960s classic, The Italian Job. I've only seen the 2003 American version, and I love that version. So I was very interested in watching this movie and very excited. But let's hear what you have to think. What you have to say, Jake. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What'd you think of it?
Yeah, so I was in the same boat. I had only seen the Mark Wahlberg version, which is like a super fun movie in its own right. I did get curious, and I looked it up beforehand, so I knew that like they basically had nothing to do with each other besides the name going into this one. So that I think helped, because I did thoroughly enjoy this movie.
Yeah. I didn't do what you did. I didn't look at it beforehand or anything. I had no idea it was not really related. And I see and understand why they did that, because it's like one is for British audiences and one's for American audiences. Yeah. And so I was kind of being like, wow, just watching it, I'm like, this movie has nothing to do with the remake. And I loved that it was like that. And the first half of the movie was a little slow for me, but other than that, it's super fun, and I didn't expect it to be kind of slapsticky and like super comedic, and it was. Yeah. And then the climactic ending with the whole gold robbery is incredible. I was blown away by the whole thing, and I was so impressed. I was like, how the hell did they do this? And it was just so fun.
Like amazing driving stunts, and then I will talk about the tunnel shot. But like some of the cinematography during the chase scene is so cool.
Yeah, I was so locked in, and because I was watching it with my wife, and she was like, "Yeah, this movie's just okay." And then all of a sudden, it got to that, just the whole robbery and the chase scene and getting away and the ending, and I was just like, literally glued to the screen. I was locked in. I was like, this is so incredible. I was blown away. Like, super impressed. And just unexpected. Which is funny because there's a critique. The poster for this movie, you mentioned it when, I don't know if we were off camera or off recording.
Yeah, it was after we stopped last week.
You're like, man, the posters for both these movies we're doing next are awesome. And this poster has like nothing to do with the movie in a sense.
No, not at all.
It's like the Italian mafia and some, scantily clad woman with a map on her back. That poster is super cool and very intriguing, but it's like the complete antithesis of what the movie is, which is really funny. The only thing I would say, I would appreciate this movie more if I was British. Or if because I feel like there's a lot of British humor in it that goes over my head. And reading about it, it kind of seems like that's kind of like they geared it specifically to be British, focused.
Yeah.
It was a huge hit in the UK. And it was also well received in France, but it didn't do well at the US box office, which is kind of funny. And I'm pretty sure the U.S. Remake in 2003 with Mark Wahlberg was very popular.
Yeah.
But Michael Caine has said that he believes American audiences thought the film was too British. Italian Americans may not have appreciated the tongue-in-cheek nature of the plot, and U.S. audiences in general were unaware of the British cultural references and dark humor scattered throughout. I definitely see the dark humor aspects to it, but again, I feel like there's some aspects to it where it's like very, very British.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got a lot of that like Monty Python type humor.
Yeah.
Not as like crazy and wild as
Yeah,
Monty
zany.
Python, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, I think there's like a few of those little like you said, slapstick kind of moments in it, and the whole ending is just like such a like British type gag, like, yeah. But I mean, yeah, I'm sure there's a little bit more to appreciate if you're in on the culture,
Yeah.
more than we are. But
Yeah,
I
definitely.
still thought it was super fun.
Yeah, I was kind of expecting it to suck, to be honest, and I was very very surprised that it was awesome. I don't know. I just like, it's rated G, and it's from 1969, and I was thinking
G
it
is
was
a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah,
I
agreed.
feel like it should have been PG.
Agreed. There's a lot of sexual innuendos in this movie.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting. But I mean, even the opening sequence, I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" Like, you've got the guy in the Lamborghini Mira, which is a super rare, awesome Lamborghini, that is like a crazy collector's car, and him going and getting killed by the Italian mafia and getting pushed off the cliff is impressive in its own right. I was like,
Yeah.
"Holy shit, this is so cool!" And I read that they had actually pushed an already wrecked Mira off the cliff. So, I don't know. It was,
Yeah, I was a little horrified at how many amazing cars were absolutely demolished in this movie.
Same.
So I looked it up, and none of them are actually real, like, car versions of the cars that are being destroyed, so that made me feel better.
Yeah, I mean, there's
when they crushed his Aston, I was like, oh
yeah.
my god, please tell me they didn't do that to a real Aston. It was like,
Same.
no, it was like a Ford that they like modified or something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, thank god.
Yeah, this movie, you kind of know, especially from us on the American side of not seeing it, like, there's Mini Coopers involved, and
Yeah.
like, it's going to be a car-centric movie, but I didn't expect it to have such other cool cars, like the Aston Martin, the E-Type Jags, the Mira, so that was really, really fun to see. But yeah, I loved it. I mean, yeah, I read that it was like one of the E-types was smashed up, but it was restored in the 90s from what I was reading. Yeah, but also when that like Mira falls off the cliff and you see the dummy fall out of it, I was like, oh, it's kind of funny. It's always fun to see that in like older movies when they're like, you could tell it's a fake person, obviously, because of resolution's improved, and I thought the picture looked great. I rented it on Amazon and I thought it looked great.
Yeah, same.
And so I was also reading about the car, like culture of the movie, if you will, and so BMC, British Motor Corp, owners of the Mini, refused to donate any cars for this movie. The chief of Fiat Motors offered to donate all the cars. He's like, yeah, take as much as you want. And like that included, like, they wanted to have the Fiat 500s instead of Mini Coopers, which it wouldn't have the same effect, especially now that
they had to be British cars.
Yeah. And so the director, Peter Collinson, decided that as it was already a very British movie, the cars should be British Minis. Fiat still donated like a ton of cars, as well as the factory grounds where they do some of the stunt work, which is really cool. Yeah, I mean, the authorities refused to close the roads even, but the Italian mafia stepped in, actually, and shut down whole sections of Turin during filming, which is crazy. And the traffic jams in this movie are all real. And the people during them, like all the like people's actions during them, is all real as well, which is wild.
Yeah.
So I was blown away by reading that. Yeah, I mean the fucking movie rocks. Like I love it. I mean, the whole Bridger thing is very interesting. Like, that was a little confusing to me. Like, John Bridger being in prison, but yet he's, like, such high up in... What is he high up in? Like, how does he get his pull.
I mean, it seems like he's like some kind of organized crime boss,
Yeah.
in Britain. As he has that whole like board that like runs his like operations on the outside for him, seemingly. So yeah, I think he's just like the British counterpart to the Italian mafia, I guess.
That makes sense. It's very like he like has the ability to pull like all these strings. Mm-hmm. And then I love when Michael Caine like meets him in the bathroom and tells him the plan. Like, I think that's really funny. Like, that's a good gag, if you will. And the whole like him with it's like, is that his girlfriend? Is it not his girlfriend? I even forget her name. Lorna. And like he's like with her, but he's not with her, and like she gives him a gift with all these women to like satisfy him post prison, like getting out of prison, which is crazy. And again, for rated G, that's pretty aggressive. Yeah. And like she finds another girl with him and gets mad at him like later, and he's like, "Well, you already did this to me." Like, I don't know. It was pretty interesting. And you get the very famous line, "You're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off," which is a very, very famous line, and a pretty funny sequence. Like the whole training like montage, if you will, of them trying to like anticipate or like practice for the robbery is kind of comedic in itself, because it's like they're just wasting funds and like crashing cars and like fucking around and doing all these crazy things. And Bridger, I feel like, he even makes a comment. He's like, "You're like, what are they doing with all my money?" Like,
yeah,
which is funny. So, yeah, I mean the whole the whole movie just clicked for me when it goes into the robbery, and like it's so impressive. All the car mayhem, like the cars falling off the car carrier. And them just like, it was so impressive. And like all the minis driving and like parking and hiding from the police and then driving away. And then, driving through the water was like, I was like, how the hell are they doing that? And then
that's so cool.
The tunnel sequence we saw it in the trailer here. And I was like, I even said like, that's the best shot of the movie. I was just like, how the hell? So cool. So I read that the in the sewer scene was filmed near Coventry in Stoke Aldermore, where several miles of the Birmingham Coventry sewer were being constructed. The camera car was a mini moke that preceded the Coopers and was driven by one of Remy Julien's team. He's the stunt coordinator. Remy was excited about the scene as he wanted to complete a 360-degree barrel roll in the pipe. Which is fucking wild.
Yeah.
And he tried 3 times, but the slippery algae in the pipe caused problems, and the Mini ended up on its roof 3 times. And supposedly they did film it one time, and Remy completed the barrel roll on one rehearsal, but they weren't filming. It's the only stunt in the finished movie to defeat Remy. He's like, everything else was good. It's like, I could do it all, but he couldn't. He like could barely do that. Which, imagine that.
Well, I mean, there's shots of it going like up like 90 degrees,
Yes.
which is like crazy enough. Like,
Yeah, I thought they were gonna flip like 6 times watching that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like the stunt work, like the like drifting scenes, like when they're driving through like what do you like the like colonnades and stuff, like are so cool. They like pull off these like epic drifts like through the middle of like restaurants and shit. Like, it's super cool. Yeah, and like I think the like the tonality of this movie is just like so well done too. Like, you get bits of comedy, but like it doesn't detract from like the seriousness of like the robbery sequence, and like it's just like the balance is like just struck so well. and like it kind of reminds me of how Ocean's 11 does the same thing, where like it's a really like intense, like heist sequence, but you have this cast of kind of like zany characters that bring little elements of like lighthearted comedy throughout it. So yeah, I really appreciated that, like, because like I feel like sometimes if you have like usually heist movies are pretty serious, so like that tonal shift can be really tricky, especially as you move into like the big heist sequence.
That's a great point. Yeah, I'm just thinking too, like, how many other comedic heist movies are there out there besides like Ocean's 11, maybe Tower Heist? Trying to think like what other ones are considered. I mean, I guess the remake of The Italian Job. Logan Lucky has good comedy blend. I wonder. There's not many out there. I feel like that's a great point, and like is a good genre that should be explored more.
Yeah, I mean, like we're gonna get to like the epitome of heist movies at the end of the month, and like there's no comedy in the next two movies or next the next three movies we're gonna do. So
wait, hold your tongue, because Wrath of Man, it's Guy Ritchie.
So yeah, there's some Guy Ritchie humor I'm guessing, but yeah,
we'll get to that. I cannot wait for you to watch that movie. But I'm most excited for Heat, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that like this movie has a good balance for sure. I'd say it's more funny than serious, though.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it works. Like.
Yeah, because it doesn't take itself too seriously, but it's still serious in its like.
Well, it's impressive in its
stunts and its like execution, I guess you could say.
Right.
Like even the ending cliffhanger, literally the cliffhanger, which is brilliant, is hilarious and amazing.
Yeah.
Like, again, I was literally locked in. My mouth was just, my jaw was on the floor. I was like, this is so sick. I haven't had that experience in like a little bit where I'm just like, oh my God, this is so fun. Like, so fun. But yeah, I mean, I just was Googling also, like, what's kind of the, like, key elements of the British humor in the movie. And it's the deadpan and Cockney wit, which Michael Caine, that's his, like, he has these dry, like, one-liners, like the blow the bloody doors off line is dry. But his, like, confident swagger throughout the movie. It's very, like, even my wife said, it's almost like Austin Powers type.
Well, Austin Powers is like a caricature of Michael Caine in this movie.
Yeah, and what's funny is they have Michael Caine in the third one, right? And he drives a Mini Cooper.
Yeah, he does. Which
is awesome. So he's just like the epitome of British, like, everything. Yeah. Michael Caine. I think he's retired now. Like, I don't think he's doing any more movies.
I mean, he's super old, so he deserves it.
Yeah, agreed. The institutional satire is another element. So that's Noel Coward, who plays Mr. Bridger, who I think he does a great job in this movie. He's an incarcerated crime boss who runs his criminal empire with absolute upper-class British patriotic pageantry right from his prison cell, is what I'm reading. And that's, like, very true, because he's, like, so proper. And that's kind of funny.
Well, and, like, that's that, like, kind of British stereotype of, like, always kind of, putting the God and country, before whatever else you're doing, So, like, even though he's been, like, screwed over and thrown into prison, he's still, like, got the Queen plastered all over his prison cell, and like
Yeah.
very always wearing a suit and tie and all that stuff. So yeah, it's a funny contrast.
Yeah, this is a movie. I mean, I don't have a ton to say about this movie trivia wise, but like this, even just talking about it right now is making me appreciate it even more and looking more into it, and even more so than I already do. You also have, like, again, I was mentioning earlier, it's very slapstick style. But you have an eccentric cast that includes Benny Hill, who plays the kind of like bigger guy who's the computer professor guy who has
Chubby
a thing.
chaser.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Well, it was like when they show him and he says, oh, I like big women. I like looked to my wife and I was like, they put him in a mental asylum because he likes big girls? I was like, what?
Yeah, ridiculous. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much it from what I was like briefly reading on that. But the whole ending of the movie is again, it's brilliant.
Amazing.
Again, the cliffhanger on a literal cliffhanger, which is again, my mouth was on the floor. I was like, oh my god, and how they shot it like that is so impressive. And it goes from like, the like action-packed climactic chase to just like back to the comedy, it does it like effortlessly, but it also is like serious about it, and that's what I love about that ending.
Yeah,
and,
like what should be a very like disheartening situation, they turn into like the funniest like moment of the movie.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Very awesome. Yeah.
I did read that they had a different ending planned, where a helicopter would come and like save them, or they considered ending the movie on the cliffhanger and then having a sequel start with a helicopter coming and saving them. But then they all just thought it would be way funnier if it just ended with Michael Caine saying, "Hold on, lads, I've got a great idea."
Yeah, I love that. It's so good. And I read that they were going to do The Brazilian Job as a sequel, and it was basically going to be the Italian mafia was going to steal the gold, and then they were going to have to steal it back, and that was going to be the plot of The Brazilian Job, which is great. And I also heard post the 2003 American version, they were going to do The Brazilian Job, like it was going to be written. I'll have to look whatever happened to that, but
there's like a Netflix reboot that's been in development for like several years, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to look at that. Michael Caine revealed his character's great idea in the deleted ending of this movie as the gang bus teeters on the edge of the cliff. The next thing that happens is you turn on the engine. He said, "You all exactly sit where you are until the petrol has run out, which changes the equilibrium. We'll all jump out of the bus and the gold goes over the cliff." Like that was another like alternate ending. And then again, that's where the Italian mafia would be at the bottom of the cliff waiting for the gold. I also read that when the bus is like teetering over the edge, the camera helicopter that's filming it was like the downdraft from the blades, the propellers, was causing the bus to tip more. So the crew basically went and like pushed on the front bumper to like make sure it wouldn't fall. Like otherwise it would have fell thousands of feet into a reservoir. Like,
jeez.
It's like so good, so good.
It's practical effects, baby.
Yeah, I'll do a quick Google search of like the Italian Job sequel real fast. See if there's any news.
You're like pulling some static whenever you touch your computer.
Oh yeah, it's probably like, is it going right now?
No.
Oh, okay. Like a lot?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only when you touch your computer.
Like right now?
Not right now. It's when you
Okay.
lean over.
Okay. Interesting. All right,
I don't know because you're not rubbing your mic, so I don't know where it's coming from.
No. All right, I'll cut it.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah. So the 2003 version was a $176 million worldwide success, and it was announced that it would have a sequel to Brazilian Job, and it was canceled because it was in development hell. I'm looking, and it just doesn't say anything else really. So,
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, because I think this movie was also a very successful financially, if I'm remembering correctly. So it's odd that like neither of them were successful in spawning a sequel. But you know, I don't know. We've talked about how sometimes like development hell just happens and then it's toast.
I don't even think this movie needs a sequel. Neither of them do.
I don't think neither of them. Yeah, neither of them do. But
yeah, they're perfect on their own in their own right.
That's always what they want when
give the people what they want. Yeah.
Then give a crappy sequel that no one cares about.
Yeah. Yep. I'd like to.
Except for Terminator 2.
Yes. And Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
And Temple of Doom, even though it's a prequel. I mean, I could go on and on. Back to the Future 2. Lethal Weapon 2. Beverly Hills Cop 2. Those are all great.
Yeah.
Which we've done several of those movies, pretty much all those movies we've named. So check them out.
Yeah.
Our reviews of those. I love this movie. I definitely want to watch the remake now, like really bad. And it's not streaming on anything anymore, which is frustrating.
Yeah. Surprising too, because I feel like that's like a watershed movie for our generation. But
yeah, it's a Paramount made movie like this one, and it used to be streaming on Paramount. Like it was literally there like 2 months ago or so, and now it's not on there, which kind of sucks. So,
yeah.
But maybe we'll do a review of that in the future. Got anything else to add?
No, I mean, awesome movie. I'm glad we watched it. This was basically, this and next week are our we've never seen it picks, for the month.
Yes.
I think we nailed both of them. So.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, I'm excited to talk about The Getaway next. So, hope you guys enjoyed The Italian Job from 1969. If you are from the UK, tell us your thoughts on it. I would love to hear someone's opinion on that. And next week we've got The Getaway with Steve McQueen. So tune into that. We'll catch you next week.
Yep. See you.